Welcome back to the channel, Coins Heritage. Today, we're exploring a piece of American numismatic history, the 1964 Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. This coin is not just a part of everyday transactions, it carries historical significance, interesting design details, and collectible value that make it worth a closer look. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about your pocket change, stick around to uncover everything you need to know about the 1964 1-cent coin. The 1964 Lincoln penny comes from the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a real person's portrait instead of allegorical figures like Lady Liberty. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has remained one of the most enduring and iconic coins in U.S. history. The obverse front of the 1964 penny features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln in profile, facing right. Above Lincoln's portrait is the inscription "In God We Trust," while the word liberty appears to his left. The date 1964 is on the lower right, just below Lincoln's chin, with a mint mark of either D for Denver or no mint mark for coins struck in Philadelphia. On the reverse back, the coin showcases the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the earlier wheat ears design in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The memorial design, created by Frank Gasparo, includes the inscriptions "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" above the structure, with the denomination 1 cent displayed prominently below. If you look closely, you can see a tiny engraving of Lincoln's statue inside the memorial, a remarkable detail that highlights the coin's craftsmanship. The 1964 Lincoln penny was struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, which was the standard composition for pennies at the time. Each coin weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and features a smooth edge. The copper-heavy composition gives the coin its distinctive reddish-brown hue, although it can turn darker with age due to oxidation. The U.S. Mint produced a staggering number of Lincoln cents in 1964. Over 2.6 billion pennies were minted between the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, making it one of the most widely produced coins of the era. This high mintage means the coin is common in circulation and relatively easy to find, even decades later. The value of a 1964 penny depends on its condition and rarity. Here's a quick breakdown. Circulated condition: most 1964 pennies found in pocket change are worth their face value of 1 cent. Uncirculated condition: coins in mint state, showing no signs of wear, can fetch between 0.15 and 0.30, with higher prices for coins graded MS65 or above. The U.S. Mint did not officially strike proof pennies in 1964, as proof production was paused from 1965 to 1967 during a period of coin shortages. As always, errors or mistruck coins are of special interest to collectors. A 1964 penny with doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks could be worth $20 to several $100s, depending on the type and severity of the error. The year 1964 was an eventful one in U.S. history. It marked the height of the civil rights movement, with the passage of the Civil Rights Act, which outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It was also the year when President Lyndon B. Johnson announced his war on poverty, launching major social programs aimed at improving living conditions for millions of Americans. The Lincoln penny, with its homage to one of America's greatest leaders, served as a fitting symbol of these transformative times. For coin collectors, the 1964 penny is a reminder of the enduring legacy of Lincoln and the rich history of U.S. coinage. While it may not be rare or highly valuable in most cases, It represents an era when coins were made with care and detail, even for denominations as small as a penny. It's also a gateway for new collectors, as its availability and affordability make it an excellent starting point for building a collection. Now we're exploring the fascinating history and design of the 1964 Canadian 1-cent coin, a key piece from Canada's beloved penny series. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about that shiny coin in your pocket, this episode will uncover everything you need to know about this little copper treasure from the Great White North. Let's dive right in. The 1964 Canadian 1-cent coin belongs to the long-running Canadian penny series, which dates back to 1858. By 1964, the penny had already established itself as an essential part of Canadian commerce and daily life, providing a practical way to complete transactions for low-cost goods. However, beyond its everyday use, the 1964 penny also reflects an era of Canadian history under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and showcases an enduring design that celebrates Canadian identity. The obverse of the coin features the elegant effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by British sculptor Mary Gillick. This youthful portrait of the Queen, which was introduced in 1953 and used on Canadian coinage until 1964, depicts her wearing a laurel wreath. The inscription reads Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This design exudes simplicity and dignity, capturing the Queen's youthful energy during the early years of her reign. On the reverse, we find the classic maple leaf twig design, created by Canadian artist G. E. Kruger Gray in 1937. The reverse features two maple leaves on a small twig, a symbol of Canada's natural beauty and national pride. The inscriptions include Canada above the maple leaves, the denomination 1 cent below, and the year 1964 prominently displayed to the right of the design. This timeless motif became a defining feature of Canadian pennies and remained in use until their discontinuation in 2012. The 1964 Canadian 1-cent coin was composed of 98% copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc making up the remaining 2%. Each coin weighs 3.24 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and features a smooth edge. The high copper content gives the coin its rich reddish-brown appearance, which can develop a beautiful patina over time. The use of copper was a hallmark of Canadian pennies during this era, giving them a sense of durability and quality. The 1964 penny was minted by the Royal Canadian Mint, which has been producing Canada's coinage since its founding in 1908. Over 484 million 1-cent coins were struck in 1964, making it a very common coin for its time. This high mintage ensures that 1964 pennies are still relatively easy to find in circulation or in coin collections today. The value of a 1964 Canadian 1-cent coin depends on its condition and rarity. Here's a breakdown of what you can expect. Most 1964 pennies found in circulation hold their face value of 1 cent, though they coins in mint state MS60 or higher can be worth 0.50 to 1.50, depending on their luster, strike quality, and overall appeal. Some 1964 pennies were included in special proof-like mint sets, which feature polished, mirror-like surfaces. These coins can fetch 2 to 5 or more. Any 1964 pennies with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, doubling, or die cracks, can command significantly higher prices, ranging from $10 to several $100, depending on the type and rarity of the error. The year 1964 was an important time for Canada and the world. It was a period of cultural change and economic growth, with Canada solidifying its identity on the global stage. The penny itself, with its iconic maple leaf design, serves as a reminder of Canada's natural beauty and pride in its heritage. Additionally, this was the final year the Queen's Mary Gillick portrait appeared on Canadian coinage. In 1965, a new effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, replaced the earlier design, marking the end of an era. For collectors, the 1964 Canadian 1-cent coin holds historical and sentimental value. While it's not a rare or high-value coin in most cases, it represents a snapshot of Canada in the mid-20th century, a time when the country was growing and evolving, yet still holding onto its traditions. It's also a wonderful addition to any collection, whether you're completing a date run of Canadian pennies or simply appreciating the artistry of these small but significant coins. Thank you for joining me as we explored the story behind the 1964 Canadian 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into numismatic history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Let me know in the comments if you've come across a 1964 penny in your collection or if there's another coin you'd like me to feature. Until next time, happy collecting.